between a monster and an admiral.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to your final best of three of the day. It's Corsair Summer 2013 action, brought to you by myself, LD, at Beyond the Summit, as I almost spill water all over myself, but it's Fnatic versus TCM Gaming, best of three. Fnatic fell short in the end. They could not take down Kaipi. They got 2-1'd. They got crushed in their final game. Good news for them, though, is this game looks to be a lot smoother, at least thus far. They're going to get a Wisp first pick. TCM let it through. They actually chose to ban a Batrider Chaos Knight with their first two bans, so Fnatic pick Wisp. The response from TCM is to snap up a Treant Weaver combo, something we've seen a lot of before. Fnatic round out the first stage of their draft by selecting Rubik. In the second stage, Fnatic, having already banned Darkseer and Gyrocopter, proceed to ban Outworld Devourer. Got it right this time, as well as the Lifestealer. And now we're into that second stage of picks where TCM selected a Naga Siren and will now move on to their next and final pick of the round. It'll be a Bane. As for Fnatic, they have chosen a Bounty Hunter here. And they'll have one more option. We'll see what they go for. One more pick to go before that final stage of bans. So, of course, if you're just tuning in, if you're just joining us, it is a best of three series. Winner advances as the 2 seed out of Group B. The loser is going home. And of course, Fnatic, they should be favored in this series, but TCM looked pretty good yesterday. They had some creative combos. Naga Siren and Dazzle was one of the things they employed. We also saw them bust out the Omni Knight. And this game, they'll go for something cheeky with the Treant Weaver, now a Bane Naga +1. Fnatic, very light on team fight here. They've got heavy burst damage, lots of ganky potential. But TCM, definitely the stronger 5-man so far, would give them the edge in that department, and they still have one selection to go. The ban now turns to TCM. They'll have that 5th ban to round out the rest of the draft, and we'll see where we go from there. Of course, if you're just tuning in, this is the Corsair Summer 2013, and if you're not familiar with the event, well, I don't blame you. There's a lot of online tournaments in the North American, European scene as of now. This is a $10,000 1.5 month, maybe 2 months. I think it's 1.5 months at most tournament, even just a month perhaps. 10 of the, or 16 of the better teams in Europe, North America. We don't have Na'Vi, we don't have the Alliance, but some of these lesser known teams get a shot now, like TCM Gaming. Of course, Fnatic will be the favorites here. Total prize pool, $10,000, and it's a 16-team group stage followed by an 8-team playoff bracket. So out of each group of 4 teams, we have 4 of them to move on into the playoffs. We'll see what the teams go for now. Fnatic looking for their final ban of the draft. It'll be a Dragon Knight. TCM have heroes that could go mid in the Naga, the Weaver. Of course, the Bane not likely to go there. The Treant, that'll be your support. So we'll see what they we'll see what they pick up with this last pick, and it will be a Shadow Fiend. So rightly so, Fnatic did ban a solo mid, and that's what TCM select. That Shadow Fiend probably going mid. It could be a Weaver mid, it could be a Naga mid. Whoever's going mid, though, will have a living armor on their side, most likely. I imagine that'll be the lane where they look to use it. As for Fnatic, tiny Wisp combo. I'm sure the chat is probably saying, GG, go next right now. But we'll see. And Viper's the final pick for Fnatic. That's a strong solo mid for them. If they want to run it, they could do a dual lane mid, tiny Wisp. They have the Bounty Hunter, most likely the off-lane hero. Then that would leave Viper, Rubik safe lane. You can also run Tiny Wisp safe lane with a Rubik as the +1, and then a Viper solo mid. Viper generally does pretty well against Shadow Fiend, but he's got to find a kill around level 6. That's where the supports really come into play. If Shadowfee gets a good start, if he gets enough souls, it gets a bit hard for Viper. But once you have that level 3 orb, at level 2 Nether Toxin, you can really harass him out of lane. That's where Shadowfee might need a bit of help. But remember, with Living Armor, how much does that really do? The poison, I believe, does chew through Living Armor charges, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll find out either way as this game progresses, so I'll be learning along with you guys. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. Don't know if I properly introduced myself, but we're now done with the draft. We can see who's playing what. So on the side of TCM, well, we'll have an interesting draft. A little bit different, but they do really favor this Naga Siren. That's the one hero I've seen them go to every game over the past 2 days. Seems to be their go-to hero. Seems to be pretty effective for them as well. Song of the Siren is a decent spell to have against Relocate, because if they relocate on you, you can simply Song of the Siren and try and back off. So I like the Naga pick. Also, having Living Armor really helps to mitigate some of the burst damage from Relocate ganks, but generally it's not enough. The Wisp orbs will chew through the Living Armor charges pretty quickly. Avalanche does multiple instances of damage. There's actually quite a bit of damage over time on Fnatic, or effective multiple damage sources, basically, not damage over time, plus the Viper and all he brings to bear, along with the Nether Strike. So I don't know how much this Living Armor will do in the mid game, but definitely in the laning stage it will be a potent ally to have at their side. We'll introduce TCM now. We've got Go Audio handling the Naga Siren. We're going to be playing the Shadow Fiend. Hawaii Dota, still muted, hasn't changed since yesterday apparently, handling the Treant Protector, and in the capable hands of Atsi Dota, it'll be the Bane. Blueberry Ninja on the Weaver. It's that Weaver Treant pair. I am not sure what day is today. I have no sense of time. It's Tuesday. Okay, so I guess it hasn't been patched yet, but Living Armor is getting a serious nerf. It's going from having 7 instances at all levels to having 4, 5, 6, 7 scaling from levels 1 through 4. So that combo won't be nearly as strong by the end of this week. But for now, I believe it is still equally strong. At least I don't remember downloading a patch since yesterday. So on the side of Fnatic, you have your heavyweights. You've got definitely the team that people will be expecting, and if you bet rares on this match, I'm betting 90+% of them are going to be on Fnatic's side. No tail on the IO. No micro skills available here, but definitely opportunity for this flashy player to make some spectacular plays. Era, you carry Tiny, starting with an early stout shield. Towards the bottom lane will go Fly, the captain, the brains of this team. Hani, well, he's kind of the heart and soul. He'll be the Viper. We'll probably see bits of travel from him, even though Vipers normally don't build that, because he's Hani, and he always finds a way. Trixie going to be playing the off-lane Bounty Hunter up against a very tough tri-lane here. Bane, Naga, lots of lockdown, good burst through Riptide, as well as the net that will reveal you while you're invis. Of course, you can dodge it if you Shadow Wall quickly enough and there's no detection, but it all comes down to who gets the jump on the other player. We'll see how it works out. Both teams waiting for that first rune spawn. Game 1 now underway. It is a best of 3. Our final match of the evening. Or the day, depending on where you are. For me, it's the day. I can actually see the sunlight in my kitchen. It's beautiful. I'm Lonely David for today, guys. There's no one else awake in the house. Kawa, Merlini off to sleep. Lumi, Bruno off to the pool or to sleep, not sure. 2GD probably getting drunk in a bar somewhere. Actually don't know what he's up to. Trixie finds a regen rune top, and he will rotate off the lane for the time being. Even Winter abandoned me. He had to go sleep. He had a rough day, though, so I don't blame him. It was not a good day for MUFC. I feel quite bad for Winter, in fact. But his home's in trouble for now. We'll see if he can recover. For Fnatic, running that dual lane mid, Tidy Wisp, something you really only see on the Radiant side, but very potent there. You can farm the stacks quite easily and early on with the orb, so I imagine we'll see No-Tail just doing some stacking. Off the bat, though, Era is going to be up against Enfeeble. Fortunately, he's Tidy, so starts with 70 or 68 damage, will be left with 38, which is not quite as good as Shadow Fiend, but not too shabby. It's going to be hard this first few wave or two. Enfeeble has quite a heavy mana cost, though. 95, which for the Bane means 3 or 4 usages, and he is done. It's not nearly as bad as Brain Sap, but it's still a decent chunk of mana. Still, that would be a lot of a pain in the ass for him to deal with in the early stages. This is where No-Tail will look for potentially some mid pulls, certainly some stacking. He'll stack the small camp mid, and so the mid lane I would give a bit of an edge to TCM, but Fnatic are going to get levels on Wisp, which makes it not a horrible trade. Still, Warren should out CS Era here for the early stages, but he hasn't really. He's only 0-2. Still looking for some CS. Now he'll start to get the souls. As for the off lanes, we'll compare those. Trixie, the off lane Bounty Hunter. against Blueberry Ninja, the offlane Weaver. Blueberry Ninja has living armor, so he should have the edge in that respect. He's already 4-1. Trixie only 3-2. Well, actually, Trixie 3-2. So Trixie's actually doing a bit better than what you would expect. Go Audio, despite the Quelling Blade missing a few last hits, and they're actually making a go on Blueberry Ninja, but living armor means no kills can be attempted. I'd say for offlanes, maybe a slight edge to TCM, but Trixie is still getting levels, which is the main thing. And then your X factor is just what these safe lane heroes are getting. Hani, safe lane Viper, 5-2. One of the harder matchups for Weaver, simply because as long as you have detection for him, he can't really approach the creep wave. If you don't have detection, he can Sakuchi and harass you a bit, but once you have a few levels, Viper's pretty tanky, and he trades well with almost anyone. As you drop low, you take a lot of extra damage from Nether Toxin. 1-1-1 build for Hani now. Generally, you max the orb early. Lots of harassment coming out. Blueberry Ninja fighting without the creep wave. That is ill-advised. You definitely want the creeps on your side. And now Era, ushered off the mid lane. For TCM, their lineup is much more team fight centric than Fnatic. Fnatic are going to want to find kills and split push in the mid game. They'll want to gank, they'll want to farm. They won't really want a 5v5 clash with TCM. Especially not once Treant hits level 6, once the Shadow Fiend gets some farm. They're getting levels on that Wisp. No Tail now hitting level 2. Unfortunately, it's an army of healing creeps, so No Tail having trouble really killing the waves off. The Era takes a couple of raises to the face mid. Oh, he dropped a bit low. Otzi, only level 1. If he's level 2 there, he could go for a sleep, and that might set up a kill. But, of course, there's always No Tail who can salve and tether. It's tough. This Shadow Fiend feeling very cocky. Arrow wanted to go for an engage, but actually top lane. It'll be our first blood. Trixie gets picked off. Caught at a Sentry and Observer. Well, they do have a lot of lockdown in this lane. They did it without the Bane. Just a dual lane. Double melee dueling against Bounty Hunter. Frankly, shouldn't really die, but, well, Trixie got caught at a net. A well-placed Sentry Ward. Enough to secure the kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And still, he hits level 3. He's still getting levels in this lane, but definitely an advantage for TCM now. They have the better 5-man. You've still given away Wisp, and it's going to be hard to stop No Tail from getting level 6. Weaver's probably the best hero to harass him off of the creeps, but for the time being, not looking to do so. Hani continuing to farm bottom lane. Tranquil Boots up for him. Almost matches the living armor. Not quite, but it helps.
Denied.
And now they rotate the Bane off the middle lane. Actually, they've gone in mid. There's your Avalanche Toss combo. Oh no. Haste turn for No Tail. He's even hunting this courier. Yeah, this is a potent dual lane mid. Generally, I would say you don't want to leave the Shadow Fiend alone. Even if he can last hit hard, even if he's got a lot of souls, he's still a Shadow Fiend. And this hero has 600 HP. That is easy food for a level 3 Wisp Tidy. And now Era hits level 5. Can even go it again. Warren's in a lot of trouble. This is going to be 2 kills in the space of just a few seconds, unless the living armor comes through. Avalanche Toss chewing through the living armor charges. He's low. 1 or 2 more auto attacks will bring him down. No boots up and Warren. Unable to run. 2 deaths in the space of 30 to 45 seconds. And now the score equalizes a bit. And Otzi taking some damage here. Era has Avalanche Toss. Just the Avalanche, actually. No Toss available. Won't go in yet. And that's not a trade you want to make. Sure, they got the first blood top, but No Tail hits level 4. Even going back in, he'll salve, he'll clarity up Era. And Era will be right back in fighting shape. As soon as Era has mana for combo, look for him to just do a simple toss. You toss the Wisp in. The Wisp can even tether back, or if the tether's not broken, just continue going on you. Easy, easy killing combination. They really need to save living armor for when the Shadow Fiend's engaged on, and I think they also need the Bane mid. They've actually decided to send Warren to the jungle. They'll leave the Bane mid, but Otzi is also vulnerable to that combo. He's got boots now. I don't know. Shadow Fiend's a little too underleveled to be jungling. If you only have level 2 raised, it's not very efficient to jungle. That's the big problem for Warren. They're worried about him dying, and I guess they feel they'd rather the Bane's the one giving up kills than the Shadow Fiend, because Shadow Fiend does need his souls. Every time you die, you lose half your souls. It is quite costly.
Invisibility.
But he's only level 4. He can clear out some of these creeps. He's still got a bottle. I think he'll get at least 1 big stack. Maybe he'll go back mid after this, but he wants to farm his boots. I believe that's the main thing here. Is Warren wants to have boots, and that's why he's not going in. Still, Even with boots, he's still vulnerable to the ganks. No Tail's actually headed back to base for the time being. Only level 4, but has boots, a bottle, as well as the Observer Wards. The bottle, of course, bought by Era. Pretty standard for the Wisp combos mid. Trixie putting a little harassment on Go Audio. Not actually committing for anything. It has hit level 6, though. Look for Fnatic to get pretty aggressive soon. Trixie at level 6, Orb of Venom up. Maybe needs 1 or 2 more levels because he's gone for 2 points in Janata. So Shrink and Toss, not yet maxed. It's still good at level 2. It's scaled. That's where it's the most efficient. You get 200 damage for 2 skill points. But maximum burst is very important on a Bounty Hunter. And it's very important for Fnatic. You want to burst heroes down before Living Armor comes, before Naga TPs in and Songs. So maxing out Shuriken and then going might be how Trixie looks to play this. And he'll take a big neutral. He'll back off. He's also got Bottle Gold in. They've gone middle lane. They found Otzi. Defensive sleep or not. He's going down almost certainly. Living Armor comes through. Brain Saps up. Tries to live. But still just not tanky enough. One more auto attack. A toss over the top. No tail will bring him down. And now they found Wern. He's jungling. Another tether. Tracks there as well. Wern going for the first raise, but he can't find the second. He'll fall. Track gold galore. And now Naga comes in and Songs. That sets up a Riptide. No. Yes, gets it off, but Living Armor on the run. Era giving chase. Has Avalanche. No mana for toss, though. We'll back off. Well, this is not going well for TCM. They now trail by 2,000 gold, 2,500 experience. Oy, oy, oy. And Blueberry Ninja might even die bottom lane. He does time-lapse out. He'll back off. Yeah, Wisp is about to hit level 6. No Tail, level 5. A little bit and change and has a haster and bottled up. Once No Tail hits level 6, you look at TCM. It's got to be this Naga Siren TPing at the right time. But the problem is that Go Audio used his ult. And it's on cooldown for 140 seconds. So he's their best hero to just bail out his teammates when relocates come. But with no Song of the Siren, won't really be a viable option. So Offlane Weaver's got to be worried. Even that safe lane Treant, now looking to get level 4, has to be concerned. And TCM trying to jungle, but that Bounty Hunter can really punish them. Trixie is just not going to let the Shadow Fiend jungle for free. He's about to find a kill almost. Well, Wern backs off, bottles up, gets tracked though. Now Trixie says, you ain't jungling anymore, Bubba. In comes the Wisp. They've joined him from the middle lane. Wern on the run. The Treant armor removed in a hurry. Shrink and Toss finishes the job. Another easy kill for Fnatic. Now the score 5-2. They continue to accrue a larger and larger advantage, and all of these kills are track kills. So TCM is in a lot of trouble here. Giving up a lot of kills, not having Song of the Siren, still a minute and a half before it's online. This dire squad is in dire straits. It's quite early for that.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The one piece of good news is they do hold on to their outer towers, but that feels awful temporary to me. Tiny Wisp, fantastic pushing combination. Just by their lonesome. And Trixie wants to find a kill top lane. He's gone in Hawaii Dodo. He's going to actually run in another Windwalk. There's no relocate just yet. I don't know if Wisp has it. Now they go in bottom. Fly looking to posture in on Blueberry Ninja. He's stolen Sakuchi. No, he's stolen the Swarm. Well, not ideal there. But Blueberry Ninja on the run. Sakuchi cooling down. He should escape. Where's that Wisp? No Tail back at base. Just hit level 6. Oh no. Watch out for a relocate, folks. This could get ugly.
Radiant's courier has been
And for the
killed.
time being, looks like
Dire's middle tower is under
Radiant
attack.
Courier has been killed, but there's a relocate top. It's on to Hawaii Dota. Avalanche, toss, Wisp over the top, jams it in. Slam dunked from Era. And they're not done just yet. They'll go on Nazi Dota. He gets tracked. He gets tether stun. Defensive disruption, or rather, sleep won't even matter. So that Dire Courier, or Radiant Courier, what happened with it? Let's actually see. Oh, got picked off by Blueberry Ninja. Must have chased it down in the midst of all that action. So well done by him. Now Wern just can't jungle. Trixie's really done a nice job of identifying that the Shadow Fiend's in the jungle. He found out early, but he's been constantly applying pressure, making life much easier for Fnatic here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If you let the Shadow Fiend jungle and you don't punish him, he's a pretty efficient jungler. From level 4, it's a bit hard. Wern doing the safer thing, jungling from low ground to high ground, but Hawaii Dota will be caught mid. This could be another track kill. It probably will be. Avalanche toss. Too easy. Really, really easy for Fnatic. It's like watching them do their
Radiant's
homework.
top tower is under attack.
Boring, but effective. Well, not boring, but simple yet effective, I should say. Sleep on Trixie mid lane. There's no Fiend's grip yet. Blueberry Ninja no mana. In fact, They've got to be careful about this. Blueberry Ninja on the run. He's out of mana. He does have 5 stick charges. Otzi Dota, he might be in trouble. But TCM evaded this. They're prepped with the swarm. They drop the Son of the Siren, and in they go. No-Tail Era. Is there a relocate out? It's actually bought time for the relocate to cool down. No-Tail will tether away. Won't be able to escape. Era throws in a forlorn toss, but still will fall. Hani yet to join a fight. Ghost Scepter up for him. Fantastic early pickup against the Naga. This removes the Naga net. I love the choice. I wish more players would actually do this. I don't know if it removes Overgrowth. It might, though, because Overgrowth is I believe it's considered a physical disable. Well, it says magical, but it definitely goes through BKB, so it's not really a superior magic, I guess, is what Heroes of Newerth calls it anyway. But I don't know if Ghost Scepter removes that. I do know it removes the net, though, and simply for that, it's definitely worth it for Hani. We'll see. If he looks to join these fights, he could go for an Ethereal Blade. It's not the best item. Oh, Otzi. Relocated onto him. An easy kill, and now fnatic just run away. Not much they can do. Actually, they want to go back in on Blueberry Ninja. If he gets tossed here, he might die. I won't get tossed. Standard Tiny Wisp build is just go Treads and then straight Aghanims. This is the max farm build. You have all the mobility you need from Tether. Phase Drums is nice, and Yasha, that's sort of your old school. Not old school, but your original carry Tiny build, but not really necessary. Trixie hunts you to courier mid. They did have an Observer Ward. That's how they saw this Bane rotating back to the base, and that's why they got that earlier kill. Nice warding. Something that fnatic will want to do a bit more of as this game continues. Meanwhile, top lane, Era does deny a tower. And the Radiant Courier respawns. Didn't have anything on it when it died, but now the Ghost Scepter comes out. Fortunately for Ani, he hasn't really needed it. Weaver comes in. Blueberry Ninja has a medallion up. Deploys it and starts to chip away. Smoke picked up by your Naga. Treads by your Shadow Fiend. TCM just trying to tank up. That's really what they need to do. They have to get every bit of HP they can to live through the Wisp combo.
Top tower is under attack.
I'd like to see some more aggressive wards from them as well, just to try and spot the rotation of the Tiny Wisp around the map. You can't always see them if they're coming from Fountain, but you can definitely see them running down the lane. Same for heroes like the Bounty Hunter. You need as much vision as possible. That way, you know where they're not, which means if there's a bunch of them off the map, then you get very nervous about a smoke gank, about a relocate gank. Hani in trouble bottom lane. In comes Go Audio, no Son of the Siren. And Hani just walks away. Trixie's going to find Dota tracked up, take a lot of damage. Is there going to be a relocate mid? Trixie's pinning for it. But they say we'd rather push top. And they're going to take a tier 1 off of that. Era cleaves it down. They can fight bottom. There's going to be a haste rune for Otzi. He'll head towards the mid lane. Otzi is not yet level 6. They really need this Fiend's Grip. That's going to be important to pick up soon. Blueberry Ninja. Oh, he pops the medallion, but he's dropping fast. He can time-lapse out. He'll have to. Watch for the relocate. No tail. Relocates now. He goes bottom. Weaver commits for it. Blueberry Ninja. 1 orb. We'll bring him down. Now Go Audio. Son of the Siren TP's out. He's a bit late on this. He wanted to save his Weaver, but without time-lapse, that Weaver looked to be dead to poison damage anyway. And now Fly working on the neutrals mid. Gets slept. Otzi coming in. Watch for the Requiem. No, just a raise. Raise number 1. Gets lifted. Too late on the raise. Now Fly on the run. The raise gets thrown out. Otzi driven back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. Fly, he's stolen Brain Sap. He jumps in. Warren dropping quick. He's going to pop like a pinata. Now Otzi next in line. Tracked up. And Era on the hunt. Tosses the Bounty Hunter forward. One last Janata crit. Brings him down, and they're not done yet, folks. Hang on to your hats. Go Audio. He turns around. He drops a Riptide. Era taking a lot of damage on the backside of the fight. It's Trixie, who's low, but not dead just yet. No Tail trying to keep him alive. Overgrowth only going to clip No Tail. It doesn't do any damage. Trixie will live. And in fact, they may yet go back in. They've tracked up Hawaii Dota. Look at the Wisp. Orbs low. Nearly dead. Not just yet. No Tail running. Can he actually live through this? The medallion is going to really punish this squishy Wisp. One more auto attack. Blueberry Ninja picks him off. No Tail. Too many micro skills in that fight.
Dire's middle tower.
The tier 1 does fall mid. Not denied, despite having the Shadow Fiend in the lane. That's really going to hurt. And on the backside, Trixie finds that tree. Well, he stuck around a bit too long. They didn't lose. Oh, God. Are you serious? 60-minute Ags. This has to be a record. I'm almost tempted to alt-tab right now and just go look it up because I don't have a stats fan in this game, sadly. But, yeah, this is one of the fastest Ags you will ever see. Relocate. They're going to find Otzi Dota. He's in trouble. Avalanche could be his downfall. He gets tracked. 3 heroes descend. Yeah, brain sap this, they say. Brain sap this. The tether will bring back the bounty hunter, leaving depositing Era mid lane so he can farm. Now Fnatic can start doing things like stacking ancients and just accelerate Era. He's already farming heroes, but if he farms creeps too, he'll be in great shape. The funny thing for me is just that Hani has yet to really do anything in this game. He's just sat bottom lane and farm. Oh, 1-1 on a Viper. This isn't really the best hero to just sit and farm with, but hey, he'll pick up a point booster now. And he could pretty much just play PvE Dota. Just player versus the monster, or PvM. Just fighting versus monsters, not versus enemy players. Because his team doesn't need his help. Fly's got Sakuchi. He could lift Blueberry Ninja here. He'll throw him back into Hani, even with the Sentry Ward. There's no lockdown. That was a rather ambitious gank. It won't end up working. But watch the tether. They'll have it relocate in 30 seconds, and now the mech starts to come for no-till. Hash Tranquil Boots can disassemble these, get closer and closer to the mech. With the disassemble, I believe he's like 700 gold or so off. Maybe a little bit more. He's pretty close to a mech, though. And they'll go in bottom lane, Blueberry Ninja. Actually, more like 1,000, I think. But that's not much to farm. That'll be 3 or 4 more kills, and if you get some assists there, if they get a tower, that'll be your mech. Era starts to get scary at this point. TCM have a lot of minus armor, which is great against Tiny because his base armor is really bad, especially for a carry who's normally considered very tanky. Has huge HP gain, similar to Alchemist in some ways. Very squishy in spite of that. TCM will group up. They've got an Invis Wern here, but he's going to walk right into a Sentry Ward. Gets tracked as well. He struts in, but he'll leave in a cloud of black blood. TCM on the run now, and in comes your Avalanche combo. No, just your Wisp combo, sorry. Toss forward. Now the chase is on. The Song beating a hasty retreat. TCM on the run. Relocate already used. They'll go back. They'll continue farming top, and now I imagine Fnatic will back off, but right as I say that, Trixie's moving forward. Marching towards the mid lane, looking for pickoffs. They'll find Hawaii Dota once again tracked and dropping quickly. Trigger Toss is there. Now the Overgrowth doesn't do any damage though. Trixie, he will run. The Swarm gets removed if they don't have detection for you, and he will die before being able to escape. A pretty big kill. Pretty big kill. This bounty hunter was cruising. 5-3 and 4, but, well, 5-2 and 4, and then dies. Relocate cooling down in 40 seconds. No-tail getting closer and closer to the mech. Blueberry Ninja, a lot of damage on him. He can't man-fight Hani anymore. I honestly don't know what he's trying to do here. Really should just be Sakuchiing and farming creeps, not trying to right-click a Viper who's 7k net worth to your 5k. That is not going to happen. And once Hani gets this Ags, I imagine Fnatic will just start to deathball. Because at that point, even though they don't have the best teamfight lineup, they have such tanky carries and so much burst. The TCM will be very hard-pressed to disengage. They'll want to fight around that Song of the Siren, though. Fight when it's not online. Era surges forward. Tether's there. They're going to look to dive this. There's no Overgrowth for just a few seconds. While that's happening, Trixie will find a kill. Fiend's Grip as well as asleep. No Tail's going to go down. Beautiful play by Otzi the Bane. But Era still falls. Will there be a buyback? They might need to bring Era out to safety here with a buyback from the Wisp. Not going for it just yet. They're thinking about it. No, not even thinking about it. They decide not worth it. I felt No Tail could have fought back, relocated in, and maybe helped him to live a bit longer, but hard to say. He had a regen rune. If he got it off, could have made the difference. Otzi's dropping fast. There's the zap. They get another track kill, and they're not done yet. Wern channeling an incredibly futile Requiem. Maybe not. He'll find Trixie. Big plays from Wern. Oh, that didn't look like a big Requiem, but Trixie fell victim to it. Nicely played. Even casters can be surprised sometimes. And now, is that a BKB for Wern? No, 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 he doesn't have a BKB yet. No-Tail back to farming, and this is that point in the game where I think he really needs to get a mech up. We're 21 minutes in, 18-10. He should have a mech pretty soon. He's 4, 3, and 9. It's honestly a bit slow, and the main reason is just that he's been dying a lot. 3 deaths, No-Tail, normally a pretty solid Wisp player. I wouldn't say he's died a lot, but just a bit more than what you would like. Because ideally, if he has mech now, Fnatic can just 5-man. With Ags on the Viper, a mech on the Wisp, and I imagine, is this a Desolator for Trixie? It probably is. Just more burst for him. He'll hunt Wern in the jungle. If he spots anyone, they'll relocate. Bounty Hunter's just such a great partner for that tiny Wisp combo. He gives you the vision, he gives you extra gold for finding the kills, and they might go for Blueberry Ninja. He pings, he preps, and he waits. And then they sit 4 mid. TCM are mostly playing this correctly, meaning their city is 4 and 5, but the problem is when you do that, you do fall behind. They don't really have another choice, though. Trixie, he's going to reveal smoke. He's hiding in the trees. He pings.
Dire's top
And TCM
tower
just
is
decide to
under
walk
attack.
top anyway. They've got to know he's here. They have detection. Dust up on Blueberry Ninja, but nobody using it yet. We'll take a look at the gold graph now. Oh boy. No, we won't. 12k gold lead for Fnatic. About a 10k experience lead in game 1 of this best of 3. TCM is looking rather bleak. Their prospects of taking this game, minimal at best, I must say. Now a Yash up on Trixie. Here comes the relocate. They'll go and go audio. He gets off the song just in the nick of time. Do they actually try to fight, though? I feel there's just no way. If Hani got off a Viper Strike there, that would have gone a lot differently. Trixie, he'll track Blueberry Ninja in a second. Actually, Blueberry Ninja pops the dust. Look at those spidey senses tingling from him. Now he's on the chase. Trixie will just run away. Has too much move speed. Has not even had to use a jump charge yet in this game. And Tiny and Wisp, they bait out a bunch of TPs. Then they relocate. Relocate ends. They go back to top. And now they're going to take a tier 2 top, most likely. Wern, unable to defend. No way he can defend this without BKB. They will teleport 2 in. Fnatic can just outmaneuver TCM through this mid game. There's just not much they can do to punish that. Trixie will walk in again. He tracks Abatsi. He will shadow walk away. And Atsi, rather helpless. I would really like to see a gem on TCM, but I just don't know who carries it. And I also feel like even if they get a gem, they're so squishy that they'll probably die to a relocate gank and lose it anyway. But they really need a gem. With no map control, losing all their outer tier 1s, Tiny's farming their jungle, Bounty Hunter smoke ganking, or Shadow Walk ganking every which way. If they have a gem, they can really cut down on Fnatic's aggression and reestablish some control over their jungle, but there you go. Actually getting a gem. So an early one. I did mention though, you can get it, they need a gem, but it's hard to hold the gem. It's a rock in a hard place, really. And here's your relocate. It'll go in bottom lane just for the tower. They're really going to force it. It just gets clobbered down by the stone giant, Tiny himself. And the relocate will end. They'll head back towards top. TCM roaming as a squad. They'll head towards this middle lane. 2 heroes now grouped up. Call it 4. They'll pings go out, and they'll head back towards top instead. No tail, I believe, is mech coming right now. No, a Ghost Scepter for him. Wants to be able to remove that Naga net, so he doesn't get caught. He gets, however, Overgrowth, then Fiend's Grip. I believe, yeah, that's some serious hate on No Tail. Does he have the buyback? Does not. In comes Era. Surprise! Can't finish the kill, though. Hawaii Dota on 10 HP. Pops the Overgrowth. He didn't use it before. It was just the Fiend's Grip. Got a little confused there. Otzi dropping quickly. Era, toss, but on the run, will go down. Now Otzi. Hani needs to fight his way out of this one. Remember, that ult has a 12-second cooldown. It is very, very scary. And Blueberry Ninja tries to scare him away. There's a track. Sakuchi from Fly. Maybe looking for a lift on Blueberry Ninja here. He'll lift him. Time lapses his way out. Now the Sentry Ward. Not destroyed yet. Oh, no. Oh, he just dodges it. Viper Strike does not affect units that are invisible unless you have True Sight. But almost was in Sentry Ward range. Just gets caught like right here. I think that's still just barely out of the old Sentry Ward range, but it's very close. And now TCM, very difficult situation for them. As I talked about it very briefly during the draft, they have a lineup that wanted to just dominate the late stage with the Treant Weaver combo, farm up an early level 6 on the Naga and basic utility items, get some damage on their Shadow Fiend, and then just 5-man. Basically force their lineup, ram it down the throats of Fnatic, while Fnatic try desperately to just split push and find ganks. Fnatic had a weak 5-man lineup. They were not good at clashing, but with this kind of start, it gets harder. Hani, with his Ghost Scepter, should be able to run away here. There is a relocate available. If they actually go at him, it could be bad. Relocate's on. They want to take this fight, and I don't know if this is going to work out for TCM. Go audio. He could TP out. He's Song. He'll mirror image. Then he TPs. The song's ending soon. He barely gets out. Relocate will end. So a relocate for Song of the Siren. And you really see that Ghost... Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. That Ghost Scepter for this Viper. Paying off there. Hani, very, very tanky. Now up to 3,300 gold. He's going E-Blade. Come on, Hani. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it.
Radiant's
Please do
bottom
it.
tower is under attack.
No, he's not going to do it. Oh. E-Blade's not even that good on Viper. I just wanted to see it for the hell of it. But he'll go Reaver. He'll tank up. Perfect choice against TCM, who are already lacking in burst damage. You get this. Now, how do they focus you? That's very, very tanky. Go Audio lurking at the trees. Bottom lane could be in trouble. He's got to stay hidden. Crouching Naga. Hidden Siren. And Era's going to walk right by him. But Go Audio. He'll slither away. You can't see in that area unless you actually walk in. And we'll escape. For the time being, it's about a 14k gold lead for Fnatic, a 12k experience lead to score. 20 to 12. We're 27 minutes in, and Fnatic are cruising in game one of a best of three. It's the Corsair Summer 2013, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. It's a $10,000 North American European Invitational Tournament, where 16 of the better teams, I wouldn't say the best, there's no Navi, there's no Alliance, but a lot of the best are in this event. Quite a few Tier 3 bound teams. Hani, Ghost Scepter not even bothered to be used there. Just spamming his ult. And I would like to see him just continue to spam it. You really don't have to hang on to Viper Strike. You can just throw it out willy-nilly. Bottom lane, or top lane rather, Era will just continue farming. Now has a Morbid Mask. Now I believe we'll go Mask, well, Satanic's your hard carry build, but I wonder if he's thinking about a Mask of Madness here. Or just a casual Mask of Death. And could just go into something like Assault Crest. No, Dominator. Satanic will be the choice. I guess you don't really need a Mask of Madness, it's just the more fun build. He already has the Wisp Tether attack speed. He's already got Treads, and he's got the move speed as well from Tether. Attached at the hip, No Tail and Era. Best friends till the end, and Era will get caught by a net. There's a relocate available from No Tail. Even if they commit to this, they've gripped him. No Tail not even relocating out yet, just overcharged. He wants to just fight his way through this. Has not bothered to relocate, doesn't even need to. Era gets purred, still on the run. While this is happening, Treant falls, and they're at half HP. They're even going to go in now. Word's in trouble. Avalanche. Take that, you little Shadow Fiend. Down he goes. Go Audio on the run. Toss cooling down. And they are in a lot of trouble. There is a Song of the Siren. Not popping it yet. Ooh, he almost got Tether stunned, but he's in trouble. Trixie running to the right. Gets caught at the very end, but the long-range toss from the Tiny, the big rock boy, is going to dish out some damage here. Dem Deeps. Clubbing. And easily killing. And now they relocate mid. Every time they have an opening, they'll take a tower, and they'll do it very efficiently. Fnatic are cruising, and this is why you do not give this team Wisp. You don't give anyone Wisp, really, I feel. But certainly not this team. One of the stronger Wisp teams of the Western scene.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
No Tail will make a quick trip home, but he'll look to be rejoining the fight. Fnatic trying to take their first lane of Rex in game one of a best of three. TCM, they banned Chaos Knight, they left Wisp in the pool. They were baiting a Wisp pick, but they have no answers for the actual Wisp combination. Tiny Wisp, doing work, best friends till the end. There's a Viper Strike from long range. And Hawaii Dota throws out a Leap Seed, drops an Overgrowth. Can they actually fight? Blink, stolen Overgrowth is there from Fly. Completely turns the tides. Now a Requiem channeled, but Era mantas and continues to run. Blueberry Ninja on the chase. Fly dropping low, will go down. Era clubbing. And I think he might just turn this around. He's going to a dance. And, well, he's clubbing. Wern will fall. He chases Otzi. He's getting greedy. He wants multiple kills in this fight. The sleep even juggled by No Tail. Great micro play. Or not micro play, but just teamwork, I should say. Wern, does he have a way out? Relocates there. No Tail wanted to live. He can't do it, but the Rockman finds another kill. He gets gripped. But doesn't matter. No damage. Otzi on the run. Trixie going to bring him down. Avalanche taunts, catches two. Blueberry Ninja driven to the fountain, and at long last, TCM will tap out. This game has been over for 20 plus minutes. Fnatic are going to take a very easy game number one. They'll notch that to their belt, and they are one win away now from sneaking out of Group B as your number 2 seed team. First place will be Kaipi. Kaipi definitely looking stronger in that particular series. They made it look easy in Game 3 versus Fnatic, a TI3 bound team. But here we are. Fnatic, they take game one. They do it on the back of a great Wisp performance from No Tail. And just an easy game, I have to say. Trixie gives up first blood. Didn't even matter. That Tiny Wisp did way too much work, and it all began when Bane left the middle lane. When TCM got cocky, I think got a bit overconfident, left Wern 1v2, figuring No-Tail hadn't farmed well, we can afford to do it. Or Era, rather, I should say. They were very wrong about that. But in the end, guys, that's going to conclude game one of our best of three. It's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013, made possible by Corsair, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. I'm going to take a quick break. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. If you enjoy my casting, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/LDDota. After that quick break, we will resume our coverage. Game 2 coming up next. TCM now on the ropes. Can they force a game 3, or will fnatic knock them out, KO them in 2-0 fashion? We'll find out after this. Stay tuned.